Jenkins!
What?
I have a very important question to ask you.
For the last time, they're not making any more 50 Shades movies, okay? We've been through this.
No, it's not that. But I'm wondering if I can be the one to review this Oppenheimer movie.
You mean Oppenheimer?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, you didn't, and no, you can't.
Oh man, why not?
Because I have a lot of things that I want to say about that film.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to talk about how absolutely brilliant it is.
You actually liked that snooze fest, huh?
Yes, of course. I mean, if you're a movie reviewer, you have to like it because it's by that Christian Nolan guy.
Christopher Nolan. And no, you don't. You can actually have your own opinion that goes against whatever is out there and popular right now.
But what about the views, man? The likes, come on.
Yeah, whatever.
So what, you're telling me that you didn't like it?
No, not really. It bored the hell out of me. There were far too many scenes that were just bogged down in scientific or political conversations that went way too long. And I don't really think they portrayed J. Robert Oppenheimer as that interesting a character.
No, you're wrong, Jenkins. The conversations were deep and rich, filled with profound dialogue that was designed to move you.
What?
What?
Anyway, no, it just wasn't for me, okay? I mean, as an exploration of the character, I felt that it failed on every single level. I didn't find him compelling in any sort of way. And not only that, I get the film was trying to make a statement about how this man wound up, dooming all of humanity to a possible extinction. But I just feel as though they missed that mark by a mile. And I didn't feel anything by the end of the film other than crushing boredom.
But what about the clever way that it skipped between time periods and all that? It really kept me on my toes.
Yeah, that's one of the things I do not like about Nolan's style, the way that he chops scenes up. So at times we're left with scenes that go for like 5 seconds before we cut to something else. And I felt most of the first act was almost like a montage. And I wasn't convinced by that mix of color and black and white that they were going for. It just sort of felt a bit messy to me.
No, Jenkins, he had deliberately chosen to alternate between scenes in color and black and white, explaining that he wanted the film to be conveyed from both an objective and subjective perspective.
Where did you read that?
I don't know, but it definitely wasn't Wikipedia.
Yeah, anyway, on the plus side, I thought the performances were freaking amazing and the cast was incredible. There were so many great actors in it, which, were kind of wasted by a script like that.
Oh my God! Between Gilligan Murphy and Roger Johnny Davis, those two are going to take home so many Oscars next year. It's unbelievable!
Yes, I admit that Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr., they were both fantastic, absolutely, as was everybody in the film, be it a small role or a big role. Like, Nolan is definitely a great director when it comes to getting, top performances out of his cast, but I don't think the script was that great, really.
You're forgetting the score and how brilliant that was. And oh wow, it was like someone sprinkled rainbows in my ears.
Oh, the score was superb, but I don't think it needed to be played over nearly every single scene in the film, where even there were just, sort of dialogue scenes with rousing music played over it. And not only that, the sound mix was so bad in some of the scenes, you could barely hear the dialogue because it was mixed so badly and the music was so overpowering.
Jenkins, you're being way too hard on this film.
You said hard on.
Oppenheimer left me stunned. A character study on the grandest scale with a sublime central performance by Gilligan Murphy's, an epical historical drama, but with a distinctly Nolan sensibility. The tension, structure, sense of scale, startling sound design, remarkable visuals. Wow!
Okay,
Oppenheimer is truly a spectacular achievement in its truthful, concise adaptation, inventive storytelling, and nuanced performances from Gilligan Murphy, Emilia Blunt, Roger Johnny Davis, Matt Damians, and the many, many others involved. Some just for a scene.
What the hell?
It's a dense, talky, tense film, partly about the bomb, but mostly about how doomed we are. An audacious, inventive, complex film to rattle its audience.
You got all this from Twitter, didn't you?
What? No way. I don't even own one of those.
Anyway, look, it wasn't a total wreck. Like, the production design was absolutely incredible, the way they recreated the time periods, the 40s, the 60s, etc. And I did love the tension building leading up to the Trinity test. Like, between what was going on screen and the music, like, that did a really good job of tension building there. But between that and the performances, that's about all I've got to say that is positive.
See, you missed the point, man. This was a character study of a man betrayed by his country and left destroyed by the idea that he had created something that doomed humanity, and despite being one of the most brilliant minds in the world, was destined to go down in history as a villain.
No, I got that was the point the film was trying to make, but I just felt that it failed on every level. I mean, okay, in your opinion, how did the film succeed for you in making you feel heartbroken for Oppenheimer?
Because he looked really sad.
What? That's it? He looked sad?
Well, yeah. I mean, Gilligan Murphy looked like he was about to cry a lot, so you could tell that this was a character study of a man betrayed by his...
Yeah. Look, well, for me, it takes a lot more than some boring inquiry scenes and classroom science lessons and a few mopey looks to rattle me.
Jenkins, I just don't think you're smart enough for this film.
And if you ask me, you're one of those people who feels as though they need to say good things about this film because that's what everyone else will be doing. So you have to jump on the Nolan bandwagon, and I'm happy for you.
And I think you're a jerk.
Okay, so what would you rate this film?
Oh, I'd give it 10 out of 10 bananas.
Ooh, what a surprise. Well, I guess based on the few positives that I had to say about it, I don't think it was a total wreck, but I'd never watch it again. I wouldn't even really recommend going to a theater to see it because, at least if it's on streaming or whatever, you can pause it and have breaks and go do something fun. So I'm going to give Oppenheimer a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, well, you're wrong and I'm not. And that is why I think I should be the one to review this Oppenheimer movie.
I don't care, man. Knock yourself out.
Oh, great. Can you set the camera up for me?
No, I mean, actually knock yourself out. Please.
Jerk.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.